Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil Sunder Raj for the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I am happy to be speaking with Marquis Gallegos, who has recently wrapped up his sophomore year at Chaminade College Preparatory High School in West Hills, California, a free safety and wide receiver in the varsity football team, and a four-star recruit that has already received 13 college football offers. Marquis, once again, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to be speaking with you, and congrats again on a tremendous sophomore year on the varsity football team.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, let's talk about the 2021 season. Again, you put up phenomenal stats here. 72 tackles, 50 of them solo, 4 interceptions, returning 2 of them for touchdowns, 11 pass deflections. On the offensive side, as a wide receiver, 8 receptions or 126 yards and 1 TD. I mean, when you look back on it, what you were able to accomplish, Marquis, I just wanted to ask you what comes to your mind first and foremost.
Well, first thing that comes to my mind was just the preparation and the off season going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important, just getting my mind right, getting my body right. And I thank my coaches for putting me in a good position, just go out there and make plays and play to the best of my ability.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, I know that I believe you trained at Premium Sports LA. Just talk about just setting those goals in terms of the strength and conditioning, getting your body, right. We talk about nutrition, rest and recovery, flexibility. Just talk about those components and how, again, those helped and aided you in terms of staying, durable, during the season, Marquis.
Oh, well, all that stuff, like outside of the football season is all very important. It's all preparing your mind and your body for the season. So lifting, eating right, conditioning, all that plays a huge role in how your performance goes in the season. So
Yeah.
I take that very seriously, like outside of the season and in the off season.
Okay, talk about the season in total, like, just the team, the coaches, just I think you guys went 5-5, 2-3 in the Mission League. Just talk about, how the 2021 season, again, panned out, not only for you personally, but then the team as a whole, Marquis.
Well, just to begin with, our team was very young.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of went through some ups and downs throughout the season. We didn't really have the experience that a lot of these other teams had.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, our season didn't end the way we wanted to because we lost in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
we got a lot of those players back from last year and a lot of our defense mainly. So I think this year we're going to be really good.
That's terrific. Hey, let's talk about 2020. Not only having to deal with this COVID-19 pandemic and the fact that you guys were able to play here a full season, that must have felt really good for you, Marquis, being able to get out there on the field and, again, produce.
Yeah.
Just talk about that. I mean, you guys were, I think, 4-2 in 2020, 4-1 in the league. Talk about your freshman year, 29 tackles, I think 3 interceptions. Just talk about that, making that, those leaps and bounds, that, progression from your freshman year to your sophomore year, Marquis.
Well, going into my freshman year, I actually wasn't even sure if we were going to have a season or not. It kind of took a while. We didn't end up playing any games till a while. So, I mean, I was grateful for the 6 games we got because those 6 games kind of put eyes on me from colleges going into my sophomore season because I also made all league as a freshman. So that kind of, I didn't receive any offers my freshman year, but that kind of got me out there and got eyes on me. So I was grateful for those 6 games. But then going into my sophomore season, I know I was going to have a full season. So I knew what I had to do in order to make that season a good one.
That's great. Hey, just talk about, game day practices, putting those pads on, wearing that Eagles number 2 jersey and helmet. What does that represent to you personally, Marquis?
Oh, it represents a lot to me because, Chaminade in itself has great tradition, has great players who went through there, but it means a lot to me because I've had family that's gone through there. My older cousin, Rick Gamboa, he went there and he actually won a state championship in 2014. He ended up playing at the University of Colorado. My older brother graduated from there in 2019. So just kind of like So it means a lot to me because I know I got to fill in like those shoes.
Yeah. Hey, talk about playing home games at Chaminade, College Preparatory High School. Friday night lights, Saturday afternoon during the fall. Talk about the lead up to game day in terms of like the practices and just environment around school, and then just once you're in that locker room and you're ready to take that field, Marquise.
Well, the week of practice is very serious. Like
Yeah.
we take our preparation very seriously, and I think that's one of the reasons why we succeed a lot on the field is because our coaching staff is great, and they do a lot of preparation to get us prepared going into the game and throughout the week. And the environment on game day at school is great. Like
Mhm.
all the all the students show a lot of love to the football players, and they all come out to the games. And so the environment's great, and it just adds another element to the game that makes it fun.
That's true. Okay, on the flip side, let's talk about the road games, those bus trips. People, don't see those behind the scenes, moments with the football team. And the coaching staff. Talk about those. I mean, I see you still got 2 more years left, but the fact is that here, 2 years in, it's just, I mean, it's got to be, just really electric, and just, in terms of having that adrenaline, rush. Just talk about that.
Oh yeah, well, home games are always fun as well, just because you get to go and show out in front of another crowd.
Yeah.
But bus rides very serious, quiet. Everybody's locked in. Everybody's got their headphones in.
Hmm.
But really, we treat it as a business trip, so
Yeah.
everybody's serious, and we know what we're going out there to do, and everybody's locked in because we know at the end of the day we got to handle business.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, let's talk about the leadership here in terms of the coaching staff. Head coach David Machuca, if I'm saying his name correct. Assistant
Yeah,
head coach Jerome Riley, defensive coordinator Manuel Lemus,
yeah.
and cornerbacks coach Will Chandler. I know there's the rest of the coaching staff as well. Don't want to leave them out. Just talk about their leadership and what they've meant to you in terms of your development here in the first 2 years on the varsity football team.
Oh well, all four of them have been there since my freshman year, so I have a great relationship with all four of them, and they all push me, even on and off the field. They all push me. They're all great leaders, great coaches, and they really know how to like once again prepare and get
Mhm.
me ready. Not only myself, but just get the team ready for Friday night
Yeah.
when it comes down to it.
I was thinking about before we came on the air is that the fact that you can impact the game in so many ways, because both on offense and defense. I'm wondering from your perspective, especially on defense as a free safety, when you're there locked in during the game, just take me, take everyone, behind that, just in terms of behind the curtain, just when you're, in that game moment, in the fact that, you're looking at the offense, at the quarterback, so when a pass or a running play. I mean, we've seen the highlights, just again, how amazing it is that you're able to. I mean, you have lightning speed. I mean, that's the thing is that you're able to catch up on a play, and then the fact again those interceptions are just spectacular. Just talk about that, Marquise.
Well, it's same thing, preparation, watching film throughout the week. I watch film with my coaches, with my team, with my dad at home.
Hmm.
So that all helps me during the game because I kind of get an idea of what the other team might do in certain situations.
Yeah.
So now when I'm in the game, I don't have to think so much about, like what they might do here because I already have an idea. So it's all really just play recognition. So
Hmm.
that's kind of a big thing that helps me that I take a lot of pride in during the week. And I put a lot of time into watching film. That way
Yeah.
I don't have to think so much on the field and I could just read and react. And that's really,
Yeah,
that's
it's
really the most.
excellent point you made. Attention to detail. I mean, I think people, they think, oh, just it's about putting that, the pads, the jersey on, but there's so much again, as you said, that that work ethic and just being able to put in the time, those long hours, practices. But again, as you said and alluded to, is game film as well, and that to see that you're really a true student of the game is again, really good. Okay, let's talk about said four-star recruit receiving those 13 college football offers. I mean, that's just, to achieve that so early on. What does that mean? I mean, the fact that you have Pac-12, independents, Big 12, Big 10, and Mountain West, schools, again, and receiving these offers. Just talk about that process, Marquis.
Oh, well, so it started, I got my first one after the first game of my sophomore season, but
Hmm.
it's really all a blessing. And I'm just grateful for all the opportunities that are coming my way and all the coaches that have recruited me and are recruiting me. I'm grateful for all of them. And it's truly a blessing to be in this position.
I know there are a couple of schools that you've sort of zeroed in on. You haven't made, of course, a final decision. I was thinking that you get to travel around the country here. I mean,
Yeah.
how fun is that? I mean, not a lot of people get to visit different states here, and that you're able to take in these games, spring practice games. I mean, just visit the stadiums, the facilities. I mean, we all talk about how much those play a pivotal role in making a decision, to attend a college. Just talk about that aspect as well, Marquis.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to kind of travel around, check out all these different schools. And it's cool just to kind of see like the environment or the city that surrounds the
Mhm.
school, like where the school is at, and if I think that's a good fit for me.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't make a decision on the school unless I've been there in person at least probably a couple of times just to like really get a feel for it.
Yeah, and as you mentioned before with Chaminade, it's at College Preparatory High School, their tradition as well with these schools and
Yeah.
community too. Okay, you've also excelled in the classroom. You said balancing out the role as a student athlete is no walk in the park. It's very challenging, and you've been able to definitely flourish in that environment. 3.4 GPA. Just talk about that. Keeping those grades up, and again, we talk about time management and organization. When it comes to being a student athlete.
Well, for me personally, myself and my family and my brothers, we've always had academics a high standard. Like we know how important it is.
Mhm.
So my parents always push myself and my brothers to always do good in academics no matter what. And they've really instilled in us that academics will always come first. So
Mhm.
so I've always pushed myself in the classroom and yeah, just study and get it done because I know
Yeah,
how important it is.
I agree. That's wonderful. Okay, let's go back to Chaminade College Preparatory High School. Support from student body. You have President Robert S. Webb, excuse me, Principal Luis Arguera, Athletic Director Todd Borowski, Associate Athletic Director Brian Cantwell, and Associate Athletic Director Kathy Santana. It's so important to have that structure in place. It takes an entire village really to build a winning culture environment. I mean, you talk about the coaching staff, especially as well, but just talk about that in terms of the support you've received here, first 2 years.
Oh, Shamna has a great support system. Like, well, academic wise, they can get you tutors, like really like whatever you need. Like they'll if they have it available, they'll get it for you because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, their main goal is to see us succeed. So like all the people that we have working behind the scenes, it's a great support system and it really does set you up for success.
It's great. I was just wondering, just some of the intangibles. What makes it so, special to attend this school? I know that you mentioned, of course, the tradition, the leadership, but just are there any other things that have stood out these first 2 years that say, look, this is the perfect fit for me right now?
Well, one of the things that stands out the most is the academics there.
Mhm.
The academics there are pretty challenging, but it's a great academic school, and I think that's important because obviously when I go to the next level, I also want to go to school with
Mhm.
great academics. So I think it gives me the best of both worlds of a great academic school, but also a great football school that's
Yeah.
going to set me up for the next level in both areas.
No, that's terrific. Okay, you've been playing, sports or football since you were 6 years old. As you
Yeah,
mentioned, you have your older brother that is 20 that plays at the University of Mexico, and a younger brother that is 10 and that plays football as well. So football runs deep in the family. Just
yeah.
talk about the support from your brothers, your parents. I mean, just extended family, what they've meant to you. Said you know with this journey, here, Marquise.
Well, the support for my family is nonstop, man. It's the best. Um, really couldn't ask for more. Growing up, I've had my older brother playing, my cousins playing, like everyone in my family
Yeah.
has grown up playing ball. So it's really like it's really like all we kind of know. So
Yeah.
everyone's kind of supporting. Growing up in Pop Warner, my dad used to be my coach, also
Okay.
my uncle. So we're like always going like always together in the game. So the
Yeah.
support system is crazy from the family and the people around me, and I'm grateful for it because they push me every day to get where I want to be.
Yeah, that's special. I was just wondering, when you were growing up, Marquise, any other sports you played besides football? I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, I played baseball, ran track, played basketball. I really did almost all of it. Really almost.
That's great. I'm just wondering, you might have answered this question already about the game of football. Just, but again, just some of the, just some of the tidbits, the nuggets, just something that, like, maybe it's during a practice, a game. Maybe it said you guys are in the gym, it said at school, just something like, that really you say, oh, this is why I'm so passionate about the game of football, that I want to continue this and I want to play it. I said you're already here in high school, going to play in college, said definitely, uh, beyond that point, but just talk about just the game itself.
Oh
Everybody
well, the
talks
game
about the
itself.
brotherhood, that culture as well.
Yeah, well, a lot of the kids that I play with in my high school, I've been playing with since I was younger. So like I've created a strong bond with them because
Mhm.
football is really not like any sport. Like it's really set apart and it creates strong relationships. So I've been playing this since such a young age. So I have like a big passion for it. And it just kind of grew gradually over time. And the relationships I've built and that I'm gonna continue to build from football are relationships that are gonna help me in a lifetime. And that's kind of why football is like so important to me and why I'm like built such a big passion for it
Yeah.
because it's created so many opportunities and opened so many doors for me that would have been hard to get like if I were to be doing something else.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hey, you're entering your junior year, and I'm wondering that you have plenty of experience, in terms of just offering that to the underclassmen. I'm wondering how you've been able to, I mean, you still have 2 more years to go, but just here again, I think you're in a great spot. Just talk about that as well, that, because it's not easy, and you probably can, with freshman year, I said, talk about that, just, in terms of, passing down that knowledge to the underclassmen.
Oh, well, the biggest thing I would say is get your body right, but at the same time, football has a lot to do with like mental stuff.
Yeah.
So like the biggest thing I would say is a lot of people lift, a lot of people, work out physically, but a big thing I would say is you also got to play the game mentally, and
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people struggle. A lot of people have the athletic ability, but it doesn't
Hmm.
click up, it doesn't click with them mentally. So
Yeah.
that's where they struggle. So as much as you're lifting, working out, I would encourage to take that time to also watch some film and study your opponent and also lock into the game mentally.
Yeah, no, those are outstanding points you made. I'm so glad you brought up mental health, because I think, we've seen, especially the past couple of years, many players have been dealing with that, and some have even just have been forced to retire, even, at a young age, even in college football. And it just, I'm glad you were able to point that out. Hey, I have a couple more. I wanted to ask you about social media, because it's such a huge thing now. Of course, with, the highlight videos, you have Huddle, you have 247 Sports out there, and just being able to capitalize on that, because I'm sure, just to get, as you said, to get the word out on you, and the fact that, I mean, again, your background experience, it speaks for itself. So just talk about that component, just being able to, again, use that effectively, Marquise.
Oh well, yeah. So social media kind of just got popular recently, but it's a
Yeah.
great platform to like kind of create exposure for yourself. Like,
Hmm.
so I use Twitter a lot. That's what I use for my football, and
Yeah.
a lot of college coaches on there. So
Hmm.
like, I think it's just a great platform to like kind of get myself out there and kind of get that exposure and those eyes that I want on me.
Yeah, no, true. Okay, so I'm wondering, when it comes to the NFL, you're watching, I said teams on Sunday, games, just any players in particular you try to, I said emulate or try to take away some, maybe some of
Uh,
their tendencies, and sort of apply it to your game, Marquise.
uh, uh, actually, people have asked me this question, but
Yeah.
in the NFL, I don't really watch any specific player, but I
Okay.
do in college.
Okay.
And in college, it would have to be Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, what do you see, like, some of the similarities, between Kyle and, yourself there?
Well, to start with, he's kind of one of the taller, lengthier safeties, kind of like I am.
Yeah.
And he's a ball hawk. So I kind of just like the way he plays. He comes down and tackles aggressively as well. So
Yeah.
kind of try to take some things out of his game and put it into mine.
I just, wanted to go piggyback to the free safety and the wide receiver positions, just in terms of playing those. Just again, what makes it, I mean, for you, I said the fact that, again, you're able to play, both, on offense and defense, just talk about that, Marquis.
Well, actually, going all the way up into high school, I was really an offensive player. I was really a
Okay.
receiver.
Okay.
Once I got to high school, I switched to safety.
Yeah.
But and then since then, I just honestly fell in love with the position. But
Hmm.
so I'm mainly a defense player, mainly a safety. But
Yeah.
I kind of just I'm athletic enough to where I know I can do both sides because I've done it my whole life. So
Yeah.
whenever the team needs me to, I'll go and play some receiver.
That's great. Okay. Before you get the last word, you might have answered this already when I asked you about the underclassmen, but I think, you're just a perfect role model for younger kids and athletes out there. Just, these are, again, challenging times, in terms of with athletics, trying to move up the ladder. It's very competitive out there. I'm wondering what would be your message to those younger kids? I mean, you said you played Pop Warner, just and moved up that ladder. But just what would you say to them out there, kids who are watching this and will watch later on?
My biggest piece of advice would probably be that nobody's gonna hand anything to you. So at the end of the day, like you're gonna have to do what it takes to go out and get what you want. Like no matter what it is, nobody's just handing things out. So you got to set yourself apart from everybody in whatever way, but that's going to take a lot of hard work and it's going to take a lot of grinding. So
Yeah.
kind of just put your head down and grind it out and really put your mind to it and you'll get there.
Well said. Okay, Marquise, you get the final word here, final message. Family, friends, classmates, teammates, Chaminade College Preparatory High School Administration Athletic Department, excuse me, the community and the fan base out there. And what should they expect here coming up in your junior year on the varsity football team as well?
They should expect nothing but another great season, nothing less. And we're hoping to bring a championship back home to Chaminade.
Sounds good. And Marquise, I once again, an incredible honor and privilege being able to interview you. Congratulations again on your success
Thank
at
you.
Chaminade, College Preparatory High School and on the varsity football team. And, wishing you continued success and looking forward to seeing what you do, here, of course, in your junior year, senior year, and beyond that in college.
Thank you. Appreciate it.